Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Before we get into today's subject matter, which is an actual doozy, ladies and gentlemen, because the UK would love you to believe that yes, men can in fact get pregnant. And well, Malachi Clark is the first ever man to ever conceive, naturally speaking. How about that? Yes, I know we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Before we do, I'm going to let you all know of my book, The Path of an Eagle, How to Overcome and Lead After Being Knocked Down. I wrote this to be a helpful guide as you're navigating through this crazy world. There's loads of stories in here, and don't let anyone tell you that a 25-year-old can't give you a lesson or two, that a 25-year-old hasn't really lived enough life yet to be able to share anything. Just read the book and then come back to me and say that a 25-year-old can't live enough life to be able to give you guys some wisdom or anything like that. I know lots of people that are quite young that have lived a enormous amount of life in that short space of time. And I know lots of older people that haven't really lived much life at all and are rather immature still. So it's all about what you've been through in your life and what you've been able to learn as a result of going through such things. And obviously there's a lot more that I need to learn in my life, and I'm excited to learn all of it. So I decided to put the things that I have learned onto the page, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. I wrote it to be an easy read, full of stories for you all. Some of them may make you go, whoa, that's crazy. Jay went through that. Yes, I did. So there's a lot in there. I hope you get a copy. Links are available in the show description. Yes, there's an audiobook as well. Links are also available in the show description of me reading it. You can hear me get emotional as well. Anyway, with that all being said, let's dive into today's subject matter, which is happening at the moment because the UK media, as we know, loves to tell the truth, right? No, they love to lie. They love to pander to a particular group, the woke dingbats of sorts, and they love to make it all about this particular narrative that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And they love to say that men can, in fact, get pregnant, which we know that they cannot. Honestly, when I saw this video, I could not, for the life of me, keep a straight face. I was laughing. Now, honestly, I think Malachi Clark seems like a nice person. I wish Malachi Clark and Malachi's family all the best. I got nothing against Malachi Clark, but the problem is the UK media and Malachi Clark acting as if like this is a major, major groundbreaking thing of a woman that is identifying as a man. And then the UK media will spin it to say that a man, or the first man, Malachi Clark is the first man to conceive naturally and speak publicly about it, says that Malachi would do it all again. See, that kind of headline would make anyone's head spin and go, wait, what? A man got pregnant, you say? How is that possible? Well, first and foremost, it ain't possible because the mainstream media won't say, oh, Malachi Clark is a woman and has a womb. It should be common sense that men can't get pregnant. It should be, right? But unfortunately, in today's day and age, it ain't common sense. You have delusional woke dingbattery types that will go, no, men can definitely get pregnant. And anyone that says otherwise is a hateful bigot. They're a transphobe, supposedly. So anyway, have a watch of Malachi Clark and the BBC or the whoever media organization are that say that Malachi Clark is the first UK man to conceive.
Malachi Clark is the first UK man to conceive naturally and speak publicly about his experience, which he says he would happily do again.
So I think it's important for me as a trans parent to tell my story because the news has such a negative view at the moment about trans people, trans existence, and actually there are a lot of us just living our lives, you know, having families, having really successful jobs. And I don't think it is all doom and gloom. I'm not this scary trans person that the media paints. I'm just Mal.
Couple Malachi and Charlie, who live in Reading, are both the biological parents of their son Atlas, who's nearly 3. Malachi was born female and transitioned at the age of 17. He was on testosterone up until a year and a half before he conceived his son naturally. The couple went for coffee after meeting on Facebook, and Malachi said about Charlie, "The next day he came over to my house and then never moved out." A month later, the couple found out that they were pregnant.
I didn't feel any gender dysphoria. Being pregnant made me feel more Malachi than anything else. I think because I'm very sure of who I am, the rest doesn't matter. Like, my body's mine and it's male to me.
Malachi also says that he doesn't believe in taking up space for females.
I think the government, to make it more inclusive for LGBTQ plus families and parents, is to just listen and make additional space for us. It's not taking up space for women or people that birth. I think it's just allowing space for us and changing legislation to be language inclusive.
Isn't it interesting how Mal and Charlie actually look very similar to each other? I don't know if you've noticed that. But that's just my personal take on this whole thing. But also, I was listening to a podcast this morning, which is rather interesting for anyone to listen to. It's about the importance of a mother in a child's life and having the mother figure. Not just someone that identifies as being a woman, not just someone that identifies as being a mother, which is actually really pathetic and stupid if you ask me, but someone that is actually a biological woman and mother that has given birth to a child. That, ladies and gentlemen, is so, so important for a young child between the age of birth up until about 9 months or something along those lines. That healthy relationship, the breast milk, everything along those lines is so crucial for a child's development. That is actually accurate, okay? So when you have someone that is identifying as something they're actually not, there comes with a lot of risks involved and a lot of other complications as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Malachi, even though I've got nothing against Malachi at all, Malachi is identifying as a man, living life as a man, which would make things really complicated for Malachi's child. Charlie is supposedly a man, an actual man, biologically speaking, and you've also got you've got someone that's identifying as a man. He's not a man. So can you imagine the child trying to make sense of it all? It ain't healthy. And in fact, in my eyes, that is what you consider to be abuse. The whole language surrounding people that birth is actually really derogatory, if you ask me. Or birthing person or whatever they want to try and use. And it's always down to these woke dingbat types that actually use that sort of terminology to be so degrading and so discriminatory towards actual women, like mothers. Malachi doesn't want to be seen as a mother, even though Malachi was the one that birthed Atlas, I think the child's name is, naturally speaking, meaning that only women can do that. That is something. It's not nothing, ladies and gentlemen. But the thing is, I don't believe that every single adult deserves to be a parent. It's not a right to be a parent. It's a privilege. And anyone that thinks otherwise, oh, I'm just going to bring this child into the world and then be completely and utterly selfish, the child has got no say in the matter. The child's got no choice at all. Us as adults need to make the right decisions. And when you've got a delusional individual that acts like something that they're actually not, it causes confusion to the child. It's not fair on the child. And so therefore, I would consider that to be abuse. It ain't right at all. Society needs to change. And it doesn't help when you've got the mainstream media over in the UK that if they told you the world was ending, would you believe them? Just as much as like them saying, hey, groundbreaking news, a man got pregnant. No, you wouldn't. Because they're the mainstream media. They lie all the time. And I'm sick of it. So enough is enough. Finally. Anyway, that is enough from me. But you guys take care. Be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.